Yeah, yes.
We need to appoint Doris Tompkins as a special deputy coroner. That's an annual thing we do every year. I got a letter from Barton County.
You can talk to her about it.
Yes, yes, and she's good with it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion we appoint Doris Tompkins as special deputy coroner.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved second. Appoint Doris Tompkins as a special deputy coroner. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, and then we have a resolution for the Santa Fe Trail Solid Waste Authority. You guys need to look through this book, and then we can do this later. This is the plan that Terracon proposed.
Oh, they're five.
So, now it has some tax adjustments and stuff like that. That's all.
Okay, we'll go into recess now.
Federal government, Wednesday, it's the form they send when they verify your bank information. It means that we're probably 90% of the way to getting a grant for the fire department. It's specific. It's a grant for firefighter equipment, all their coats, pants, and everything. That's going to change what we're looking at buying ourselves right now. We were just getting ready to start that process, and so rather than do that, we're going to focus our attention on like equipment, vehicles, and use their money to do that. So it's, it's not. I guess anything can happen, but it's real. It looks real good. So hopefully here in the next week or two, we'll know more about actual details and stuff.
When and how much?
The grant we applied for was for $252,000. So sometimes they ask you to take a little bit of a reduction.
Yeah.
But the way it works usually, if they send you these, they call it 10 questions, and it's just verifying your intent and everything. If you get the 10 questions first, one of the questions is, will you take a reduced amount? If you get that first, historically, they wind up asking you to take a reduction, and then you get the $11.99 form. If you get the $11.99 first, historically anyway, you don't get it reduced. So basically what it works out to is it would be enough money to equip. At the time we had 105 firefighters on the roster. So it'd be enough to equip 105 firefighters head to toe with state-of-the-art fire equipment. And it's still kind of, everybody that's in this business of writing these is telling me that it's a done deal, but until I see the check, I'm trying to not be too optimistic, because I don't want to be disappointed if something happens and we don't get it. But the main reason I was letting y'all know is just because we're probably going to adjust our priorities on what we're going to do with our budget. For right now, we were looking at the money that's in our line item for like other equipment that's just in kind of a general fire department fund. We were looking at using that money to start putting new equipment on our firefighters, and now I think we're obviously not going to do that. So we're going to look at trucks as our #1 priority for the rest of this year.
Does that include a bumper truck?
Am I looking at one? Yeah. The grant doesn't include one.
No, I meant your other.
That's what I'm looking for. We applied for a grant for a vehicle and didn't get it, and I guess I'm kind of disappointed about that, because I thought that was more of a no-brainer than our equipment one was.
Yeah.
But it's the way it works is they get probably 25,000 applications every year, and they've got different teams of their firefighters and fire chiefs and retired fire chiefs from across the country that get together and review. And it just depends on who you get and if they like what you wrote or not. And so obviously, we would try again next year for a fire truck. But in the end, to me, if it takes the burden of having to buy all this new fire gear off of us, off of my budget, then it frees up other money to do things like get fire trucks quick. I think it'll be a huge help, no matter what. So I guess I just let y'all know, keep me in the loop on what's going on. Outside of that, really,
And you budgeted so much for this anyhow this year, right, for the equipment? Not have to spend any of that, you have some other money you can use for, how you budget for.
yeah, that's the
So that's your
thought. That's the thought, and, I mean, with all the big projects we've got going on, with all the 30-year-old fire trucks that are breaking down, and not having a big enough building out here to put everything indoors, I mean, it lets us start looking at figuring out a way to use some of that money to handle one of the other projects. So, it's pretty exciting, trying to not get too excited yet, till we know more. So, that's about it.
Did you want to ask me about?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you about this voucher here. I've seen why was it made out to hers there? I know it's her mother.
Yeah.
I was curious.
Well, we had a hard time trying to get an account set up with Dell for whatever reason. I mean, it was just like, there was a language barrier, put it that way. And so we just found somebody that already had a Dell account and had her buy the computers that are required for our paramedic students. That ultimately, hopefully, I can get the hospital foundation paid for. I mean, I'm getting asked to, because they offer to help, you know. But yeah, that's all. That's why we did that. We couldn't get it. We tried for 2 days.
I knew you were trying, and I figured
It was
that's.
so, yeah, we just tried, and it's like they could not understand what we were trying to do. So finally, we just said, we know somebody that has an account, so that's what Angie did. I didn't know she did it at the time, but I don't really have a problem with it. We got them at a great price, so.
From what the accountants are gonna look at, we're gonna need something better than this second sheet of paper as far as a bill. I mean, that doesn't even have an amount on it. See what I mean?
Yeah.
That won't cut it with them.
They need something itemized. Okay.
And I'm sure you'll get one.
Well,
You may have
well, I
one.
will now. Well, I mean, I don't think we have one yet.
Yeah,
Since we-
okay. But when you do,
Yeah.
we will
You
need
have to
one.
sign off on, make sure it shares it.
Sure, yeah.
Department and out of your budget.
So, I'll make sure to get,
Okay.
I'll make sure to get you all.
Okay.
Anybody have any yet?
How long before you know, you think?
There's some people that said 2 days, and some people said like 3 weeks. It's bad because it's so political. You got, they've tried to take all the politics out of the process, but at the same time, you can imagine, you got every United States senator, is wanting money to go to their district, because they get if we got it, our senator and representative would get to come here and have a press conference and make a big announcement and everything, and so they want it to go to their, to their area, but they don't do the grants in the order of priority or acceptance. They do it in the, you may have a higher rated grant, but if there's 5 from Kansas, okay, if there's 5 grants from Kansas that are gonna win right now, only 2 of them are gonna go through right now. And the other 3, they're gonna wait, till next month, because they don't want it to look like, hey, we just gave 5 grants to Kansas and none to anybody else in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thoughts, but when they award these every round, you never see more than a handful go to a state, so. We're closer toward the end, so I'm hoping that they won't take a lot longer.
Yeah, I've seen the other counties around get them, I've seen neighborhoods and stuff, but just, you're saying that they
we didn't qualify for some of the equipment because of the,
Well, we, on the building grant, the block grant, they're telling me that, they told me that Stafford County did not meet some fancy state number for basically being poor. We didn't have enough people in Stafford County below a poverty line or below a, they use that, and then they use that median income of the county, and they said it was, they listed the median income of the county at like 52,000 or something like that, and I tried to tell them that's,
where'd you get their figures at?
I said, you know, that'd be nice, but I think you're incorrect, and they're doing some checking.
What, I don't think that's.
I mean,
fair.
my perception is that economically, I mean, I think we're right in there with Pawnee County and Edwards County and Pratt County, and I mean, I think we're all kind of on the same playing field, and so I don't understand how we didn't qualify, but the state is supposed to be checking on that and letting us know. And then this is a separate deal. This is federal money. It's called the Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program, and this is the first year that EMS could apply for a grant, and we applied for 2 for EMS, and we didn't even get very far on that because they're so competitive. Think about how many ambulance services there were, and out of it's like $2 billion that they have to grant. EMS had like 20 million, so it didn't go far. And then our firefighting vehicle, I don't know. I thought I wrote a really good grant, and nothing happened with that. And I guess when I got that Dear John letter on that, I kind of just wrote the whole thing off because I was counting them up, and I'd gotten 4, and I sent 4 grants, but I got one. Apparently, I went back and looked, and I got one of them twice. So that's why this was off my radar. When I got the form in the email, I was kind of surprised. But one way or another, I mean, I'd like to got both.
Don't hurt to try though.
You know,
No,
but anyway, question for you, since you're sitting in here, do you know if any of the cities in the county are, you know what class they are? Okay. Oh, well, I just thought I'd see me a phone call.
well, they're third class cities, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, third class,
All 3 of them?
sorry, yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's all I needed.
Had some excitement Friday evening, didn't we?
Yeah, they did, had a wreck. Had 2 wrecks back to
We
back.
were coming home from Heston, had to drop over around.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the details, but from what I heard, everybody's doing all right, so. But know that we're doing reappointments for the Regional Homeland Security Council. And if they were class 2, if any were class 2, then we could have one more voting member. That's why I was asking.
They're third class.
That was not the right answer.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Following session here, this NRCS or whatever.
It's an allocation of funds, isn't it?
An agreement with USDA.
Yeah, so it's just a group grant with USDA, right? Make a motion.
I'll second.
We move second to approve this.
I guess Lee signs it.
With NRCS or all in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have this,
I move we make the adoption of resolution 2007-18
here again.
regarding the Santa Fe Trails Solid Waste Authority.
I second the motion on resolution 2007-18.
Move second, we approve this 2007-18 resolution, all in favor say aye.
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 And the tax roll corrections, I
Yeah.
make a motion to approve those.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved.
And make a motion that we do not participate in the NACO, as well as the Kansas Association of County Benefit Trust.
I'll second the motion.
We move and second that we not involve ourselves in this
NACOs.
NACO programs. All in favor, say aye.
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 Anything else, sir?
We're recessed. Has anybody got anything else this morning?
We'll come back on Friday.
Yes, payment
Friday.
Friday.
That's all I have.
If not, well, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned.